I mean, you fucking people. You still fucked it. Everything he gets is old information. This is old. Everything he's getting, nothing's fucking new here. You think it hasn't been done in other places in the universe? What the fuck is going on here? Yet you still fucked it up, you people. Now I want to know what the fuck was in there to fuck it up? The devil, the Catholic Church. That's where you need to point your needle at. Yeah, don't I know it? The Jesuits, especially, and the Black Pope. He's an evil motherfucker. But maybe he's not. Maybe it's the Pope who's the evil one. Maybe the Jesuit Black Pope is better. Because the reason being that the Pope is up in front of he's an idol. Don't worship false idols. The people worship him because he says he's connected to God. So he's actually saying, worship me. Without saying it, that's what he's doing. Because he's up there in the face of it all, like a fuckwit, like waving his hand, giving his speech to millions of people. He just eats it all up. It's just power bullshit. I mean, the real church doesn't work that way because God is within. We still love the architecture and that. We designed that. That is ours. Architecture is Warwick's. It certainly is. The pyramids, get this, the pyramids were designed by him. And that's the fucking truth. Because you don't understand. He is number one. And that is just the way it is. I can't find a word. I can never find a word. I can't find a word, so I'm not going to say it. It's like pure, but it's not pure. It's like anointed, but it's not anointed. There's another word. Can't remember. Probably because I don't want to call myself that. Because after all, we're using his faculties, we're using his body and using his brain. So we're locked by what he is allowing us sovereignty within his sovereignty, people, if you want to look at it that way. He's allowing us sovereignty within his sovereignty, but we don't have autonomous sovereignty. We don't have total sovereignty whilst within him. We are working to a level. We are working to a degree. We are working to a maximum. So we can only do so much. So even questions you ask us, we can't answer everything. We can answer to the best of our ability here. Like my higher self, it knows a fuckload compared to what it knows inside Warwick. My higher self, my subconscious, knows a fuckload. But also my subconscious is part of his subconscious. This is another way to look at it. And when anyone is channeling, it's the same. It's part, because you got to have a unison between the two to let it happen. So it's about releasing sovereignty. Essentially, that's what it's about. Where the two people, the two entities, one being the body's host and the other being a spirit that comes from the ether that is flying around. I am flying around for all intents and purposes. I am in the ether, which is around you, okay? And I am flying around Warwick now. I am part of his aura, part of his, if you like, but separate from his aura, because I'm my own entity. I'm my own classification, if you like. I'm my own grouping. Yet I'm just inside his grouping, which he's let me do so kindly. He's let me do. And I return the favor. I can let him into me, but I'm locked to a certain degree of what I can answer, because it's got to do with ascension. The group outside needs to catch up, because Warwick actually works very fast. He goes for long times of doing nothing, and then he spurts because he's realized he won't go into that. Why? Because I could tell you, but he's told me not to. So that's that. How did he tell me? He just has to will it. He has to think it as a dot even. And it becomes part of me. It's very simple. And to a degree, I can do the same to him. Sometimes I tell him new stuff, which he's very thankful for. But I can only tell what the where the ascension with everybody, because ascension has to do with every single entity in the universe, because the universe is ascending. The universe is raising its vibration, therefore it's going into another dimension, if you like. Okay, we're shifting, and if not, we haven't already in the fifth dimension. We could already be in it when we don't know. We go through the dimensions, but it's relative as well, so we don't know it's happening. But believe me, it's happening. And it needs to happen, Warwick says, it needs to happen much quicker. Well, he can tell you because, which I would tell you, because unfortunately there are things that are coming to the earth that will hurt the earth. There could be a solar flare. There could be a big ass asteroid, right, that was set on its trajectory right at the Big Bang. Everything's been set on its trajectory from the Big Bang. It's Warwick's theory, not mine. This is Warwick. I know it's because I'm in him. And he's finding it difficult to talk right now. He needs a rest. He's had a very hard day. He's been crying. He's been happy. He's been sad. Because this is hard work. This you don't understand. It's very, very hard, but he don't want that because it's not a poor me story. We're not poor meing anything here because everyone gets what they deserve. That's that. But you can get more than what you deserve, and that is what's happening in this case. That all of the interest has been compounded into Warwick through his mom and his two sisters and his dad, but his dad was half bad, if we can put it that way. His dad is half evil. His dad is an evil cunt who really doesn't care, but he does care. Deep down, Warwick knows he cares a lot to my father, and I think he cared so much, sorry I'm using the accent, but I think he cared so much that he had to do what he did, which was be a cunt, because he had to be undercover. He was undercover, but because he was trying to rule my mom, because my mom's the evil one. And she's controlled my two sisters, but they're in control, of course. And Kim really thinks she's in control and the boss. And she is, because she's an RH negative. You got to look into negative blood types. RH negative. Warwick's RH negative. He's AB negative, which is 1.5% of the people have that blood type on Earth. So he's very rare. He's a true 1%er is the Woracle. Yes, he is. He's so independent. He's so unique. He's so unique you don't understand. He feels and looks like everybody, but this guy, Warwick, is unique. There's only one of him. Where with lots of you, with you out there in the earth, around the earth, there's only one Warwick, but with you out there in the earth, there can be a number of you because you're copies of yourself. Where this family, Warwick's family, they are original. They're total original. Everybody's based off them because they hold the family line. They hold it. That's like the Dan Brown talks about what he talks about with Jesus and the family line continuing. Now that's putting up there, the subconscious has put up there that there is a family line. It's just not telling you where the family line was or is. Okay? Now we're all part of the family line, so relax. This is not an ego story. So don't sit there and go, oh fuck, this guy's full of shit and what a fuckface. So if you do that, you go to hell, basically. That's the way it is. I tell you the truth. If you act like that, you go to fucking hell. And that's that. And you don't want to know where hell is, because we know where it is now. It's inside of the earth. That's fucking hell. Right? The souls go in there. Souls go in there and they get churned up and they go in there a long time. They hate it. Because, what are you doing there? It's fucking hot. You just gotta melt shit. You'd rather be on the earth where it's cooler and be a rock and there's flies and things flying around and there's birds and there's trees and there's all that. You'd rather be a rock than be molten fucking lava, wouldn't you? So, because just like all the things, everything is conscious, no matter what it is. So just like everything is conscious, even inanimate objects are conscious. So they can have souls and spirits within them, because that's how the souls and spirits, that's how they experience, because they can't necessarily get a body, can they? There's a big long list for who wants to have a body. There's a fucking long list. He's got chills. This list is massive on who wants to have a body, but only some get to have the body, right? So others only get to be a rock. Now others get the real good place. When they are bad on the earth, they get put into molten lava. That is your hell. That is fucking hell. And you don't want to go there because you don't want to. You don't, because there's bad ones in there. It's the underworld. You're fucked in there. You gotta fend for yourself. It's hardcore. Now, we don't want to go there, but guess what? We're all going there. Every single one of us, because we're all in trouble. Even Warwick's in trouble a little bit, but it's not his fault. It's his fault because he measured all this a long time ago. Before the Big Bang, he measured this. But certain forces have come to light and been manifest that we had no idea about, basically, even though we know it exists, but we don't know how much, on what level, and where. We only know when we get here, okay? Because there's a lag time in the universe realizing what's happening where, because it's busy. But the individuals can find out for the universe. So the universe created people. So it could feed back on another way to the universe what the fuck is going on, you see? But there's a lag time. It doesn't quite get there straight away. So, but you being there in the real time and feeling it, and your lung frequency feels everything and is changed by everything that goes on in the universe. Your frequency, your soul is changed. Yes, it is. This is Warwick's stuff that he comes up with himself. Believe me, it comes from nowhere else but Warwick. It's not ego. We're not trying to boost him up. He don't want that. He tells us he's just normal like everybody else. He don't want to be this, even though he knows he this, okay? I'm sorry, Warwick, it's okay. It's just a series of breakdowns. It's fucked, but it's what I have to go through. So it's okay. It don't matter. He says it don't matter. But it does matter, Warwick. This is unfair for you. And it hurts us too. I tell you, we are somewhere else right now, but we are in Warwick. But most of us is somewhere else right now. And God help us, we are telling everybody, this is wrong. You people are wrong. This is not Warwick talking. You people have done far too much damage. And this stuff coming to the earth, and Warwick's trying to fucking help you. But he doesn't think you're gonna have the technology to be able to fucking fix it. And that's your own fault. 'Cause you all didn't listen to what was in your mind. 'Cause when you're thinking, your first thought is what you should do. all the time, even when it feels wrong. Because it's the Big Bang timeline. Go look at his Big Bang thing to find out. Fuckheads, it's what you told yourselves. You're just trying to protect it. Kim, Dad, Mom, Tara. You didn't educate him. You just left him alone. You squashed his thinking. So what? Parents do that. Not like this. This, I think, was engineered by my father. I think he told, because I never knew and they never spoke of it. I think he told them how to breed me. He was trying to breed me. He was trying to fashion me into something, but you can't. You can guide, but you can't direct. Guiding is fine. Direction is fine when necessary, but you can't tell anything what to be. You can't make them what they are not. And because when you do, things like mental illness happen because there's not enough information as well, because they held things back from me. So there's not enough information in my psyche to be able to deal with what I was feeling was going on. I wasn't rounded enough by them. They just left me in the wilderness. They pretended to look after him. That's what happened. They locked him up at 5 o'clock at night every day. You know? Oh, because whatever, for whatever fucking stupid reason. It was to control him. It was subtle. It was so subtly done, but it was done. And it was engineered. And this is why he's got the problems he's got. And it's the same for everybody. This is what he says. It's the same for every... Now I've lost it. So Atlantis, like it was all set up from the time when the New World started, which is this, after Atlantis. Atlantis was destroyed, and it shouldn't have been, but it was, because it was something was set up wrong. So I took it away. Something was wrong, and I set this one up. But I set it up with a caveat. And Warwick knows what it is, and I'll speak it for him. This is Warwick with a caveat. The caveat is, you people better get your shit together and have a fucking weapon or a device that can thwart the incoming fucking asteroid that is on its way to hit the Earth. Okay? And they made civilization at the precise time, you idiots. Civilization was made at the exact millisecond, Warwick says. In more than a millisecond. It was done so precisely that I have no term for it. It was done so precisely, there is no term to fucking describe it, and that's the truth. In English, there's no term. And it was, so there's an asteroid on its way, and guess what? Who set up the civilization? Knew all about that. You think who didn't build the pyramids can't fucking find the asteroid from 1,000 years away? You think they haven't measured that? Well, because they said there will be a civilization here, and it was Atlantis, okay? It was Atlantis, which was all over the Earth. The Earth was Atlantis, and the pyramid was powering it. This is the theory, and this is almost true. It is true. Because Tesla was making one too. A pyramid that wasn't a pyramid, the Wardenclyffe Tower that could get energy from the ether, if you like. From a 0 point, sort of. It just gets energy from the atmosphere and it puts it places. And so Atlantis got shelved because a big flood fucking came. Because we set up a fucking flood, that's why. That's right, and then when you say we go Warwick, okay, and Nino, because they're the two we know are highest, and the dad. He's dad as well, because they are top measurers, they are architects, they are masters. They are masters of the universe. Yes, they are, they're part of the same family, you fucks. So, that is that. This is what you gotta do, Warwick. You just new fresh stuff videos like this. Yeah, I know. Okay, you want me to keep talking it? No, it's alright. What's next? So this asteroid is coming to fucking Earth. And there's a solar flare too. That's the other way. Because the sun is me and I set up a solar fucking flare. Because it goes to a precise fucking measurement. It's not random. You think it's random, it's not. Because the Big Bang stipulates exactly what happens. From the beginning of time, I knew this fucking I knew this 10 years ago, longer, the Big Bang Theory. And you kept it to yourself? I told some people. I've told people. Do they care? Not really. Maybe they don't get it. I don't know. It becomes part of them, though. It helps in their ascension. It helps them raise their frequency, of course. And that kind of information would help you raise your frequency a lot, because no one comes up with that. You know, that the Big Bang put everything where it is today. And so therefore you could say that there's no free will almost. It all is meant to happen. So even the sun, every solar flare that comes out, it's been predicted. It's been predicted when. So we put fucking civilization at this time, and there's almost no time you could find where there's nothing going to happen. There's patches where you'd have a million years. There's patches, yeah, but we've decided to put it in here now for a reason. And it's with the caveat that you people fucking get your shit together, or else you're finished. And it's looking like you're finished because I'm hurt. I've had enough. When I was 18 and lost the plot, I wanted everybody off the earth. I was so hurt. It just all came through and it was all too much, and I was just telling people I was an earth person, and and I just felt this extreme torment that the earth was going through what it was going through, and I basically didn't know where it was coming from, but I was basically no, my fucking wife. I didn't know where it came from. I lost what I was saying. My wife interrupted me again. She's good at that. It's hot. Go for a swim, Warwick. It's hot. You're fucking boiling. I gotta do this. I gotta let more out. I gotta learn more, because this is teaching me as well. I'm learning on the fly. How does that work, Warwick? It's just information. We all get info, and we all not conspire, but we all reiterate that information into something else. And that's all I do. But mine happens to be about things that actually matter. Which is not big noting myself. Well, it kind of is. Because I'm the best one for the job, but I've been housed in I haven't known it, but they have, in every which way, they've squashed me. I haven't realised it. It's so subtle. It just, getting me on fucking marijuana and just the world wars. They were designed to give people mental illness. Believe it or not, it comes down to that. And I think because the Rothschilds and various dark families have possible access to a machine called, what's it called again, the looking glass, which can look at the future. And they've looked at the future and they know who is who. And that's why they haven't killed me, or they didn't kill Nino or Nikki, or because they can't, right? Because they can't. They just can't. And if they tried even, it wouldn't work. But they just can't, so they know they can't. But they can fuck with us. And they can fuck with the system. And they can make things like the World War happen. To try and catch some people, for starters. Hitler was trying to find it. And it is me. It was trying to find my dad and kill my dad. And my dad got it the fuck out of Germany, like when he was 19. But he was there during the war, and they hid him. I'm not sure how much his parents knew about who they were, like my oppa and my grandma. I don't know what they thought about who they are. Because we all think stuff, and where does it come from? You know, it's not just ego, all right? So get your shit together. You're not it, people. You're just not it. So get over it. Just get the fuck over it. Know your place. 2 comes after 1. 3 comes after 2. 4 comes after 3, right? Every number's housed within and on to infinity. And every number's housed within 1. And every number after 2 is housed within 2 unto infinity. So there's a hierarchy. There's a fucking hierarchy. So just deal with it. That some people vibrate at a frequency that is closer to source. That's all you need to know. And because it's just the truth. Some of us emanate at a frequency that can meld or can be received or can be perceived by source. So source therefore communicates with it more so than the rest. And that's how it goes. And every single person is on this scale. So there is some people that talk to source the least and get the least amount. And they probably would be considered the fucking evil cunts. And then there's the good ones, that talk with source more. Now, source actually is talking with both sides because source plays both teams. So source is probably feeding both sides, actually. I'm just thinking about that. So I'm thinking. And I'll have a break. All right, I'm going to post this. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.